Good evening and welcome to this week's video. I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Today we are up here in the Blue Ridge Mountains off of the Blue Ridge Parkway at Price Lake. And we are doing something a little bit different because like I said, we're in the evening. We're gonna be doing some astrophotography. So this is definitely outside of my norm of what I normally do. I have dabbled a little bit in astrophotography before, but tonight is probably the first night where I've actually physically had planned a lot. And I also have a fantastic new tool that I'm really excited to try out for the first time, and that is the Move, Shoot, Move NOMAD Star Tracker. And so I'm really excited to see how this can help me transform Milky Way photos into something spectacular. So I'm really excited. So a big shout out to Move, Shoot, Move, who reached out about a month and a half ago and asked if I would like to try out their star tracker, if I was interested in astrophotography. And that's the main reason why I got my ultra wide angle lens, the 17 to 28 millimeter f2.8 lens, was to be able to do more astrophotography. So I'm excited that now I actually have another tool to really try to take some spectacular Milky Ways. It's just, I've always been fascinated with the night sky, and so I'm really excited to be able to have a new tool in my tool bag, in my camera bag, to be able to capture the Milky Way. And so I think Price Lake is going to be a great spot. So with all my with all the planning that I've done, I think this is going to be a great spot. Around 8:52 or so p.m. the Milky Way Galactic Center will come rising up right behind me, which is facing a little bit into the southwest, and then it'll be up for about 2 hours. I will not be up here for 2 hours because I do have a 2-hour drive home. So hopefully I have a really good hour of it taking some astrophotos of the Milky Way. And so I'm really excited. I do have a coupon code for 5% off from Move, Shoot, Move. So if you want to get a star tracker for yourself, that is in the description below. So please check that out. I'll also link all the things that I've used to help me plan for tonight's photography adventure. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get the NOMAD Star Tracker set up because I've only set it up once, and that was in my house, so I need to do that while it's still light. So anyways, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to get that set up, and then we are just going to sit back and wait for the darkness to come and the Milky Way to shine, and hopefully get some good Milky Way photos tonight. So anyways, let's get to it. So one of the things that I really liked about this star tracker is it comes into this nice little easy to travel case, which I think is gonna be very handy, make it something that can easily go into my camera bag without too much weight added. So this right here is the star tracker, and what's great is this can work for both the north and the southern and northern hemispheres. There's just this little switch right here. This says S for southern hemisphere and north for northern hemisphere. So really simple, on and off. It charges with a USB-C. But yeah, so we are gonna get my tripod set up and we'll get this all mounted. One of the things that you will need with the star tracker is you'll need to make sure you have a second ball head to make this work. They do have some kits that do include a ball head, so if you don't have a second one, you can just purchase that particular starter kit that comes with the NOMAD tracker, a laser, and that laser is a green laser that's used to help you find the polar north, to help you align, to make sure you got it set up, because it is calibrated, and basically it's just gonna track the Milky Way and just rotate with it to counteract the Earth's rotation, to allow for some longer shutter speeds to get some more light in. So yeah, so if you don't have a second bald head, you will want to make sure that you get one to be able to set this all up. So just wanted to point that out, but I just love the fact that this was in a nice, short, small little case. I think that's pretty freaking handy. So anyways, let's finish getting set up. So one of the things that I am doing, because I am using a star tracker and I'm on a tripod, is I am going in and manually turning off my vibration reduction because that can mess with the star tracker because it's obviously going to be moving. We don't want the camera to try to compensate for that. The other thing that I will be using tonight is I have a Nikon remote shutter that I will also be using. I'm going to try to get my camera set up. Some other little camera settings real quick. So my plan of attack, so to speak. So I'm going to get my composition kind of set up, make sure I'm going to be using I have like 3 different star apps on my phone right now. And so I'll be using those to try to kind of line up future cast of where the Milky Way should be coming up. So that way, hopefully I can get my camera set to where I want it and get the focus right. And then other camera setting wise is, or other things I'll be doing is once the sun sets, I'll take one, which is like maybe like a 10 to 15 second shutter speed. And then I'll just be kind of going from there. I'll be bumping up, turning on the star tracker and just going up from there on my shutter speeds, trying to see how long I can get to really fully capture that Milky Way. ISO wise, I'll probably be floating anywhere from like 1600 up to 3200 when it comes to before the star tracker, and then we'll be compensating that downwards depending on how long that shutter speed is. I would like to see if I can't maybe get like a 2-minute shutter speed, but we'll kind of see what the light does. But that is kind of the game plan. Aperture wise, f2.8 wide open. So that's kind of the plan of attack for my camera settings. So I'm going to finish kind of getting my camera where I think I want it and checked it with my app to make sure that will line up with the Milky Way. Of course, everything is, can change in a moment's notice. So what I think I dream up could completely fall apart. But you don't know until you try, and that's what we're doing. We're trying. So anyways, I'm going to shut up and finish getting this all set up. So quick update, changed locations. We walked a little bit. So the parking lot at Price Lake destroyed by Hurricane Helene, and so that is not currently paved or whatever, and it's blocked off. But my husband had taken a walk up to where the parking lot was and goes, hey, there's another angle. You're a little bit further away from the road, a little quieter, a little less potential light interference from cars driving down the parkway. I like this composition right here. We have a nice calm lake, and then we'll have the tree lines, and then hopefully the Milky Way will come rising right up in front of my scenes. I think this is the angle, as long as this thing is GPSing right, which it could not be, in which case then I just have to adjust on the fly. But I think we should be good around 9 o'clock. Milky Way should be like kind of right here, somewhat in the center of my frame. Now it's just a wait and see. It is currently 7:46 p.m. So we have basically another hour. Okay, so we are going to call it a night. A whole bunch of clouds moved in behind me and into the scene in front of me, so just not getting good, clear Milky Way shots anymore. I did have some issues with getting aligned with Polaris, the North Star So some of my longer ones are a little bit blurry with some of the stars not being stationary and stuff. So that's a little bit on me because of all the clouds and stuff. I wasn't able to get that completely set up correctly. So that's user error, not the equipment. But I did get some photos, I think, early on that are really pleasing and that I really like. You know, I think Price Lake is a great location to come because you got the lake and it was nice and clear and still. And so you get the reflections of the stars in the lake. And I think that that makes for a really pretty composition. And along with the tree line and stuff. And I think it did a pretty good job of blocking out some of that light pollution from down in the foothills region of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So we're going to go ahead and just call it a night. So like I said, in the description below, I do have the link to the Move Shoot Move Nomad tracker along with a 5% off code. So if you want to buy the tracker for yourself, you can do that and save a little money at the same time. So I'm really excited to continue incorporating the Nomad tracker into my photography adventures. Not sure if I'm going to make it out before the end of the Milky Way season here in the Northern Hemisphere. If I do, I'll be just keeping my eye on the weather and stuff to see if it happens. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then I will just have to plan for more astrophotography adventures next year. So anyways, if you guys liked this video and the photos that I took, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and sharing with your friends and family. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do so you can continue to come along on my photography adventures. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.